Okay, here we are for the final review from Baby Reviews. What we have in our little hands here is a rather particularly special little beer. This is Utopias by Sam Adams / Boston Beer Company / Jim Cook's
It's a
beer.
10th anniversary Utopias.
Yep.
If anyone's interested in the vintage.
Yeah, so as you can see, just in this little, that's alright, in this little window here, says the 10-year anniversary, cheers from Jim Cook, who's the founder of Boston Beer Company. You can see it's shaped like a brew kettle, it's got these nice little movable windows, and bits and bobs. It is 27? Am I right in saying? 27%.
No, I think it's 29.
Okay. 29. It's
strong.
It's exceptionally strong, but they've done this without ice distillation. They've done this pretty much just on straight fermentation from different kind of yeast cultures and push them as well as they can. Obviously, it's 27%. It's only going to be a tiny little widget of whatever we're going to try here. So we've got a very small little glass here. On the nose.
Do you want me to describe the beer?
Yeah, please do.
The Utopias, the 2012, the 10th anniversary, was in a bit above 29% ABV, and is aged in hand-selected single-use bourbon casks from the award-winning Buffalo Trace distillery to enhance a bit the beer's distinct vanilla and maple notes. It spent time in a variety of finishing casks, tawny port casks, and vintage ruby port casks from Portugal, which contribute slightly more elegant dark fruit aromas. The rum barrels from wherever add flavours of fig, chocolate, raisin, vanilla, and slight spice. Using traditional Samuel Adams brewing techniques, the brewers begin with a blend of malts that impart a rich ruby black colour. The distinct hopped character comes from the finest noble hops, which impart unique complexity and balance. Finally, a combination of yeast strains is used during fermentation, including one usually reserved for champagne. That's me reading that very quickly.
Well, there you go. So it's an interesting combination of different casks, of different spirits and wine casks, and certainly a complex and interesting way to brew beer, semi-naturally, because Brewdog, who've done beers of a similar, of a slightly higher strength, they've done ice distillation, freezing off the water to increase ABV. Matt's going to grab a bottle of. So, for example, What Dicky and the Ghost Beer are two examples. Nuclear Penguin, Tactical Nuclear Penguin's one as well, and Sink the Bismarck, and End of History too. But this is
fermentation only.
Yeah, fermentation only, as natural as you can get it. So should we get an aroma?
Oh
get
my god, I can get it from here.
I said earlier it's not too dissimilar to the brewery in the sense if you get this real grainy rice sort of aroma, this fruity.
It's very raised forward, isn't it? Dark fruits. You get. Oh my god, you do get the casks.
Right, can you see how far I'm holding it away from my nose? This is like an entire finger's worth. The aroma is just
and the
so
size
intense.
of the shot glass is tiny as well.
It's tiny. Next to my face, it's tiny. This is less than a couple of ounces. A couple of ounces worth of pour here. But the aroma smells amazing.
So many dark fruits, even more so than you'd expect. I think there's actually cherry and plum that you get in here that you wouldn't expect really. You do get the port, the bourbon, the oak, the vanilla. The vanilla is quite dominant actually. The wood. But you actually get a lot of the dark fruits in there as well. And given it's just short of 30%, it is actually pretty clean. No. You can smell it. It's very aromatic, but it's not like harsh and boozy.
And I would agree. I mean, if you hold it far enough away from your nose, but even if it's right underneath your nozzle, it doesn't smell like it's going to knock your socks off. It smells relatively well balanced. It's sweet, but it's slightly hoppy. It's always going to be on the boozy side at 27%, and I wouldn't expect anything less. But this
The aroma is just fantastic.
it kicks it kicks like a mule. That aroma's intense, absolutely aromatic.
I don't know if you can see this.
Crazy.
Just pass me a glass. I don't know if you can see this on your camera, but the legs on that thing as well. I don't know if you can see that.
Can you see like here?
Yeah, that's quite good actually. Yeah, the legs on that, fantastic.
Alcohol legs, you know the way the alcohol laces around the glass and it's.
To do with the surface tension between ethanol and water. Yeah,
Can you see you with the brew?
yeah, it's brilliant on the nose. Just the dark fruits. It's very port-like, you know. I expect to tuck into a really kind of a very, very, very sweet port. It's almost like definitely a beer, but it's not.
It's one of those beers that it crosses boundaries, and you know it's traditionally barley fermented, but it just pushes so many expectations on what you expect from a beer. In the best possible way, and that's why it's beer's so exciting and so diverse.
Lot of licorice, actually. Sorry.
No, there's no problem.
Picking up a lot of licorice actually there, as well as the raisin, raisin nose.
Oh,
yeah,
it's so good. Right, I can't wait.
Let's
Cheers.
get
Let's
into
just
it.
get into it. Ooh. Wow.
complex as
Wow.
fuck.
Wow, it punches, but in the most smooth and deep raisins and oh, it's like having a concentrated Belgian triple or quadruple
Quad,
yeah, actually I mean a quad, not a double, not a triple. It's like concentrated raisins and sweet fruits and the stony plums and the little hint of sweet alcohol and well no it's more than a little hint, it's a lot of a hint.
You get a lot of sweetness.
It's a lot of a hint. Yeah, despite being the percentage, the alcohol sweetness just carries it so much, you know, like a liqueur. It just
Lingers, but the thing is, it's quite clean. You've got that complexity of flavour, you've got the depth of flavour, but it's not. It's not so burning. It's 29. It's between 29 and 30%. It's not burning. It just doesn't burn, and you wouldn't expect it given the nose. It's just so clean. You get a depth of sweetness. You know the port character, and you get all the barrel characters. It just works very, very nicely. I think it's a great barley wine. It's very well executed.
yeah, I would agree. For the ones that we tried earlier, like the one we tried earlier, Behemoth. Those flavours have been concentrated to such a degree that it becomes this spirits-esque form that it transcends the usual low ABV beers and becomes this concentrated flavour. And I've had Tactical Nuclear Penguin, which I've reviewed, and I've had Sing the Bismarck, which I have not. And the flavour in this Utopia is more rounded and just suits it well. The concentrated flavours of Tactical Nuclear Penguin, this stouty flavour, come through reasonably well, but still are quite muddy and confusing. But this is just a barley wine.
This is very well executed. Yeah, this is superb. The balance you do get the sweetness. It's not too bitter, but the thing is, I've heard from other people that it ages really well, so it's not that hoppy, and you can't taste the bitterness of the hops. It's a very beery kind of spirit. It doesn't give you the impression that it's a beer. Yeah, you couldn't distinguish it as like a port or a cognac or anything else. It is very. It's like a
It's
a
too
sweet
complex.
spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too complex to be a distinct spirit style. It just has this extra bush. It's extra something to it that. Sorry, we got cut off there by the lack of
Storage.
storage on my phone. Final ratings for this beer would be, for me personally, a 9.5. There's just no way that it transcends barriers, it crosses things, it pushes the boundaries of beer. It's done in such a classical and purely naturally fermented style. It's just magnificent and so like a boozy spirit, but without being stilled. It's amazing. And we haven't got time, so I'm gonna have to pass on to Matt to give his review. But
I'm actually gonna go 94. I've rated this a few times in the past it's between 93 and 95. I'm gonna go 94 or 95 tonight. One of the two. It doesn't really matter. It's one of the two. It's a beautiful beer. I think I'll go 95 actually. Yeah, I go 95. It's got a great complexity, but I just think it's just got that little bit too much heat and drinkability. It just lacks a little bit. For a beer, I know, God, we're taking it in small quantities, but you know,
very similar. Yeah.
it's a fantastic beer. It's got everything there. I just think maybe a little bit more hop content would be nice in here.